Well, hi folks, Bill O'Leary here in this video, and the question that we're going to be addressing is what questions, in fact, does a living will really need to answer? A living will. So, again, by way of introduction, my name is Bill O'Leary. I'm an attorney, and I focus on estate planning, wills, trusts, and the like, and elder law and probate. And my firm here in Jacksonville, Florida, is called Legacy Planning Law Group. So, what questions should a living will really answer? Well, first of all, a living will, I'm sure many of you have heard of it. Many have probably also heard of the term an advanced directive. A living will is a type of advanced directive where you're setting a directive in place in advance of the need. Also, important to know that with a living will, it's only going to kick in, if you will, if you can't speak for yourself, if you're incapacitated or otherwise really can't make your own medical decision, the living will is going to kick in. So a living will basically is the end of life set of wishes for what kind of medical care you want or maybe don't want if you're close to death. So some of the things you really need to be thinking of when working with a lawyer to put together a living will. Number one, what I like to call a statement of belief. Do you have a certain worldview or belief system that you want to sort of flow through the living will? Do you want it to have sort of a presumption for life so that the doctors will do anything they can to keep you alive, or do you want to maybe not quite have that level of presumption? How about this? Addressing the quality of life. So I've had some people say, look, if I don't have a good quality of life, I just want it to end. Other people say, no, I don't want quality of life to be a consideration because that might tempt somebody in the medical community maybe to end my life too soon. And again, I'm not making a value judgment, but these are things you should think about. Do you also want to die naturally, sort of let nature take its course, or do you want intervention ahead of time? How about health conditions? So many living wills will address 3 health conditions that at least one of which has to exist before the living will is going to kick in and apply. One, if you are in a persistent vegetative state, that's the most serious of the 3. Number 2, if you have an end-stage condition, so think kidney failure, renal failure, and the like. And 3, if you have a terminal condition. If you have one of those 3, then the living will typically will kick in. So look for those conditions. In addition, the living will can talk about life-prolonging procedures, so that you would say, look, if these certain conditions are met, I do not, let's say, want life-prolonging procedures. Some examples of procedures that would otherwise prolong life. For example, CPR, or maybe getting a blood transfusion, maybe a surgery, or maybe like a mechanical device, or let's say a ventilator, something that's mechanical to keep you alive. Pacemaker, dialysis, think antibiotics. Do you want those or not? So again, these are life-prolonging procedures that the living will should address. Another